Hello everyone, it's Marcia again with Then and There, and I have some new journals to share with you guys. These are nature-inspired, nature-themed journals, so they're um, uh, lots of there are lots of eco-printed papers as well as these bags are eco-printed, um, uh, things like that. So I guess I'll just jump right in. They are essentially identical. There are a few, like few little things that are different, but very similar. Like these charms are similar but different. One's gold and one's silver. They have real pressed flowers in them, and they are sealed shut. There are vintage buttons on the bags that are different. The eco printings, of course, are going to be different, things like that. So I will just show you one in detail, and then the other one I can flip through real quick just to show you the differences. So it's in a bag, like I said, that has been eco printed. So I took leaves and boiled it in water with the fabric and dyed it that way. I also did some fabric just to pick up some of that rusty water that was in the pan with the other fabrics. Okay. So you don't need all the details, I suppose. There's a vintage button here, which is green and has some details on it. This is attached with one of those Tim Holtz clasps. Open this bag up here like so. And inside is the journal as well as a few papers. Just real quick, I wanted to show you. One side of the bag doesn't have a whole lot on it. It's got a bit of the rust on it, but the other side has the leaves. Hopefully the camera is kind of picking that up. There's some leaves here and there and a little bit everywhere. There are just some papers that I added that you can put into your journal how you want to. There's eco printed page, one of my photographs, an edited photograph, some vintage ephemera, and an envelope with a bunch of little papers and some stickers and things like that. Some photo corners and just little papers that you can make your own collages with. Some more vintage papers, a printed eco dyed paper, and a book page that says The Garden. I'll just set those aside. And they are held closed with a black paper clip here, and it has a little tag here that has just a random number. It says number, this one's 583, and it's just randomly stamped. So, to the journal, each one is like this with a different eco print on the front, obviously. There's a label here that says wildflowers, and I took some gold gilding wax and just went over that to kind of dress it up a little bit. There's fabric on the interior. I did some hand stitching, little whip stitch all the way around. It is sealed. There is some like wrinkles because the eco printing process just makes the papers wrinkled because you're pressing the thick flowers and leaves between the papers. But it is completely sealed and well attached. So attached to the spine, just pinned on, is a couple of little charms. We have a little beaded feather charm there on some embroidery floss, and some twine. It's tying on this little glass bottle. Hopefully you can see that clearly. There are dried flowers inside. It's been sealed shut, and I added a little like a label sticker here, and it says SP for specimen, and then I put a random number in there. It's 34. The other one is different, and then it has some faux cellophane tape over that. So yeah. The stitches are stitched directly into the spine, and it's hard cover, the front and the back covers, but this spine is fabric, so it's kind of a soft spine, let's call it that. And then we'll hop inside. We have a glassine bag here on the inside with a eco print inside. Some wildflowers. It says Summer Meadows, and there are just some pattern papers and vintage papers layered up there to decorate that. Eco print here, which was stitched to another eco print to make a folded page. I love this edge here on this paper. This is some thicker sketch paper, drawing paper. A little envelope here, which has a little card tucked behind it, a very neutral, everything is fairly neutral. There are a few colors here and there, some greens and pinks and things like that, but nothing real vibrant. I kind of wanted to pick up some of the green in the eco prints, but they are mostly neutral colored like this. So this is a handmade paper journaling tag with a little collage on the front there. I kept the pages pretty plain actually. There are book pages and writing paper, which I inked and dyed and coffee dyed a bunch of papers. Clipped on here is a little perpetual calendar that you can mark the date, and a book page where I put a pressed flower with some under some transfer paper and then stitched around that. Kept it very rustic. These journals are very rustic, and the pages, like I said, are fairly plain. We have an index card here, which I did some collage on, and this one is a W for wild or wildflower, and the other book has an F for flower, or it could even be for a free spirit or whatever you want it to be. It's some inking. It's some more of that beautiful sketching paper. Eco printed envelope, which is stitched on the edge of the page here. And inside is a little, it's a little booklet. You could either tear the pages out to collage with, or you could just journal directly in the book. Make a little smaller journal space for that. And it has a collage on the front. See if I can get it back in there. Another one of my edited photos here with just some book corners. This does come out if you want to remove it or write under it. You could put some secret journaling under it or behind it on the back side. Some more book page of plants. This one's gardening, a bit of fabric stitched on here with a sticker label. The other side of the eco print there. An index card which has been coffee dyed, and I put a little saying here. It says, "Seeds cast by the winds to land where they may." A journaling card here. It says, "Wild and free," and a eco printed card here, which you could journal on or put elsewhere in the journal, what have you. This has also been eco printed. It was very faint. This is a print of one of my watercolor paintings of some wild daisies. This is that the sketch paper which I inked and coffee dyed. A little few words here. It says, "Delicate yet strong." I think of a lot of thought about wildflowers went into this journal. Some more, another print of one of my watercolor paintings, and a little journaling card here with a stamped dragonfly on there on transfer paper, ledger paper, a little tag here that says "Dream," and this folds up so you can journal here. I'm just gonna quickly another book page, another eco printed. It was the other side. This is some cardstock that I eco printed. A little tag down here on this pocket. It says "Wildflowers in your hair," with some little brads holding that on. That makes a little tuck for this tag. And a vintage receipt, which I did some inking and stamping on, and a book page tag, which is backed with coffee dyed paper, and a butterfly sticker, and it says "The Garden." The back is fairly plain, but it also has the stitching around it. I did a bit of collage here, and just like the front, it is completely sealed. It's not going to be picking off or anything like that, and I did some stamping. So that is the journal. There are, I believe, 34 for 30 some pages, which makes 60 plus double-sided. So there's a lot of writing space in these, as well as extra papers to journal on and just be creative with. So I will quickly, I was going to end, and then I realized I was just going to quickly show you this one just so you can see it and know that they are the same. And I'll show you the bag on this one real quick. And the papers are identical. This one has a different random numbers, 385. A different image here on the front. Otherwise, I mean, these images are different as well because they came from a book. It says wildflower, a different flower here, but very much the same other than that. This is the index card here that says, or has the F on it. The pressed flower. The envelope is a different orientation on this one, but is essentially the same because of the way the print came out. Other than that, it is the same. So yeah, same watercolor prints. And yeah, so there they are. They will be available in my shop. The link will be down below in the description if you want to go check them out. More details will be there. The size is approximately 6 1/4 by 9 inches. Oh, I was going to show you real quick. This bag here has lots of leaves on it as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it gives you lots of inspiration as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.